welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, hello, my name is Mika. Thank you so much for stopping in. So today let's talk about what you don't know, jealousy edition. So what I am talking about, y'all, is when you start to see other people's lives and you start to envy or get jealous of what someone else has in comparison to what you have. There's a lot of things that you don't know. I promise you. There is so much that you don't know that goes on in that person's life or that person has experienced. And here you are being jealous of it. Like, for example, you're jealous because a person's married and you're not. Although that's understandable, especially if you're at a certain age and it's something that you really desire for your life. Yes, it is something that you can find yourself getting jealous of. But be mindful of that, because just because it looks like it's wrapped in a pretty package does not mean that the relationship, that the marriage is actually one that you will even want to have. You don't know what that woman or that man has to sacrifice in order to be in that marriage. You don't know what they put up with. You don't know what their spouse is doing. You don't know how they're being treated. You don't know any of it. A lot of times people like to put on a front. They walk out and they want everybody to think, oh, they're so perfect. But behind closed doors, it's like cats and dogs and there's no peace. Now, I don't know about you, but I'd much rather have peace. And if that takes me being single for a while, that's okay. But I'm not in a rush to be jealous and envious of someone else's life because they're in a different status and something that I desire to have for myself. I'm not in so much of a rush where I'm willing to take anything and anybody just to have that. The best things are worth waiting for. And I believe that's true. So if you find yourself getting jealous of your friends, your family members, or just people at your work, just people around you, you find yourself getting jealous of people on social media because they're in relationships and you're not, baby girl, baby boy, please believe me, you don't know what that person's going through. There's so many DV situations going on. There's even, unhealthy things going on. People putting hands on each other. There's people being unfaithful to each other. And don't forget, you have a body. And if you're in a marriage, I'm going to say in a marriage, but in a relationship too, people, have sex all the time. But let's say you're in a marriage with somebody and you are expecting that person to be faithful because you're faithful, but what happens if they're not? Think about you have a body. That person can bring something back to you that can harm your body. And even at that person can bring all kinds of soul ties to you, or even drama to your front door. Do you really want that? Why are you being jealous of something that you don't even know? Sometimes we get jealous of things that we know good as well. We knew the story, we wouldn't want it. Another thing that I find people get jealous of is people's jobs, people's positions at work and stuff. You don't even know. It's, that person, I'm sure that their job is easy. They're the supervisor, but what do? They don't do nothing. They sit behind their desk, take phone calls, but you don't know how much hours they put in. They work off a salary. They're not getting paid for every little hour that they're there. There's a lot of times that they're putting in way more work than you are. There's so much that they're responsible for. They are not able to just show up, do their job, and go home. They are way more responsible on the job than you are. So take that into consideration before you're talking about them. I wish I had their job. They had an easy job to sit up there and just look cute. No, I used to be that person too. And then I started being realistic and started connecting myself with people who are in higher positions because I've considered working in management. But then when I started to hear about the truth and see the truth for myself, I was like, you know what? You're strong. You're a strong one. And they got the right person in that position. I'm going to mind my business right over here and stay where I am until I find something else that I would like to move up into. So sometimes, be mindful of the things that you're being insecure and jealous about because you don't need to be. I promise. Somebody is jealous of your life the way it is right now. You can find your life is falling apart, but there's somebody who wishes that they can have your life right now. Being jealous of somebody's beauty. Let me tell you what you don't know. You don't know that people who are even labeled as attractive, beautiful, gorgeous, pretty, whatever, just attractive in society eyes. You don't know that those people have things that they fight too, insecurities. They don't feel beautiful all the time. They don't feel like how the world says that they are. And they may be in relationships and still get cheated on, no matter how beautiful and how handsome they are. They go through the same things you do. They're at risk of it. None of us are protected or void from whatever life has to be life in. We are all in this ring of craziness and chances. That's what this world is. Because even though you're a good person, God's not going to force the person that you're with to be a good person to you. He's not even forcing you to be a good person. So keep that in mind when you're dating or when you're in a marriage and stuff. Just because you look good, just because you have it all together, that person, they may not appreciate that. And that's what people like myself and other singles have to realize, that even though, because it's like, oh, they look good, of course it's so easy for them to get in a relationship. It's so easy for them to be noticed. Getting jealous over what? That person's probably like, I am going crazy on the inside because I'm constantly getting with nuts who just don't know how to treat me. Or they have bad attitudes. You don't know what that person's flaws are. You don't know what their insecurities are. You don't know. So don't be jealous and envious of them. And a lot of times you will be amazed. There's people who I was friends with before who I felt jealous of because I'm like, oh, they're so pretty. They have such beautiful hair, and their smile is just so beautiful. They're just beautiful. And then we may talk and they're like, girl, I was jealous of you. Like, I used to be jealous because of your big eyes. I used to wish that I had eyes like that. I used to wish that my skin could be pretty and glowy and dark like yours. And I'm looking like this same person that I had every reason in my mind to be jealous of had the same insecurities when it came to me. So you'll be amazed. Don't spend so much energy looking at, oh, look what they have. Because that same person may be jealous of you. Yeah, they may be married, but they may be jealous of your single life because you get to travel and do what you want. You don't have kids or whatever it is that they may be jealous of about you. Some people get into relationships and then they're just drained. And they're jealous of the single women who they may try to, at one point, be like, oh, well, I'm better than you because I got a man or I got a woman and you don't. But then you see them again a year later or two, and they're so unhappy that they just don't look like themselves. They don't have that same glow. They're unhealthy. They either gained a lot of weight or they lost a lot of weight. And here you are still flourishing. So be mindful of the things that you are being jealous of. And another thing is being jealous and envious of people on social media. Don't you know? Well, first of all, you should know. But in some cases, you don't know that those people have editing things. They're good at editing. They edit their photos. They edit the mess out of their photos. They have all types of things that will make their self look so much better than what they look like in true life. They know how to take a photo. Some people are just very photogenic. So be careful of that. But these are just minor examples. But just anything in your life, if you're jealous of it, if you're jealous of people having friends and you don't, remember the story about Shanquella. Remember that kind of stuff that happens. Remember the betrayals where people's friends are sleeping with their wife or their husband. Remember those kind of things before you get jealous, because the more people you have in your life, I feel like the more people you have, the more drama you're opening yourself up to, and the more room for Satan to get in and destroy what you got going on. That's just what I believe. Now, one good friend is way more than enough. But trying to, be envious and I want the most friends, I want to, have a girls group, I want a men's group, and be careful with that. Because their hearts are not right. Their hearts are not positioned right. A lot of people have cold hearts out here, but then they look so friendly. And on the inside, they're ready to destroy you or to take whatever you got going on. They want to see you unhappy because maybe they're unhappy with themselves. And they don't look at you as a friend. They will betray you. They will put everything on you. They will snitch on you. They will do everything they can to show why they should have never been your friend in the first place, or should have never been labeled as your friend in the first place. But you let me know what you think. I don't want to make this video too long, but that's just my thoughts. You know, we get jealous of things that we don't even know. We don't know what people are going through. We don't know what people have to put up with to have the things that they have. We don't know how long people have to work, and how much time that they, how little time they get to spend with their families and stuff, because they're trying to work so hard to make a decent pay, or to afford a beautiful home, or how much credit card debt they're in because they're trying to be flashy and live above their means. Like, you just don't know. If you want to be jealous of somebody, be jealous of the future you see for yourself, and you're not there yet. The person that you envision yourself being in the future, that you, the goals that you're trying to reach in life, be jealous of that you're not there yet, and work towards that. But don't worry about somebody else's life. I promise you, you'll be so amazed, and you will be having your jaws dropped if you knew the truth about the people that you are very envious about. But you let me know what you think. As always, just be polite and courteous in the comment box, because someone like myself is reading your comments, and we don't want to see no negative stuff. We're here to uplift one another and be encouraging, and to give people different perspectives on ways to think about things. So go ahead and drop your comments, and we will keep the conversation going and talk next time. Bye.